Hey kiddies, it's Triple Feature Tuesday once again, and this week it's the I Hate People triple feature. I can't decide whether you should live or die. That's right, we're going to look at 3 movies that have like a little speech or moment in it where the antagonist admits to a supreme misanthropy, a deep-seated loathing of his fellow humans, and, does awful things to them as a result of which. So we're going to go in order of increasing horribleness. So our menu is going to include There Will Be Blood, The Matrix, and The Human Centipede. It's so rare that I come up with a triple feature theme that puts movies together that actually lives up to the term terrible triple feature, but I think this one is pretty damn good. In P.T. Anderson's There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis plays avowed oil man Daniel Plainview, who does not like people at all. It's kind of fun how the movie sets up the, rugged individuality of the character in the beginning, and then, as the film progresses, just, show more and more that it's less that he is individualistic and, doesn't trust anybody. It's more like he just hates every single person around him and wants to screw them over if he can. If it's not so much an evil like if there's a way to make money, I'd rather do it in a way that hurts other people. It's just he hates people. He does not like them at all. And it's summed up in a great speech that he makes to Kevin J. O'Connor's character, who at the time is pretending to be his long-lost brother. They're either at a campfire or they're at a party, and Daniel is just explaining what he's like. He says, "Yeah, I have a competition in me. I want no one else to win." And he doesn't know how long he can, do this on his own, surrounded by all these people. And the way he says people, you could tell he just does not acknowledge anybody except maybe his brother, who, he's trying to bring into the family business here as, as an equal or somebody worthy of compassion or pity, or just, don't step on them. But of course that turns out to be wrong. All the bad lessons that he was leaning towards get ingrained even further, and Daniel becomes an even worse and worse person throughout the movie. But his the grand scheme of what he does is not the worst thing in the world. He just has this really great speech that you should just watch. It's on YouTube because it's wonderful. It's There Will Be Blood. But we can still extrapolate the evil of Daniel Plainview to all of, the modern fossil fuel industry, who, while desperately needing people to make money, hates all people everywhere all the time. Because, it's not doing anything good for the environment, and we're still just going whole hog for it, because money. Even though they could be at the forefront of developing the new technologies and find new ways to screw us over them. I'm not saying stop screwing us over. I'm just saying, can we do it in a way that's still sustainable in the long run before we kill the planet and all die? One example of a planet in which all life is essentially dead is the Wachowskis' The Matrix, in which humanity created the robots, humanity screwed over the robots, robots fought back, then humanity cut off its nose to spite its face by blocking out the sun, because screw you robots, you're all solar powered, because, again, piggybacking on the other thing, guys, solar power is not a bad idea to develop further. But then it turned out the robots could screw the humans over, but good, by using them as batteries and plugging them into a computer simulation to keep all the humans kind of working and productive and generating the energy, but not actually doing anything to hurt them. So one of the Guardian's security programs in The Matrix is Agent Smith, played by Hugo Weaving. And Hugo Weaving, God, what a find. I mean, we had seen him in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but I don't think American audiences really came to know and love just how evil this guy can be on camera until The Matrix. And one of the best examples of this is when he's got Morpheus trapped and he's interrogating him. And by interrogating, I mean just pumping him full of drugs and drugs and drugs and drugs and just waiting for them to take effect. And, since he's got a captive audience, why not just vamp about all the things that he doesn't like? And in addition to hating The Matrix and hating his job, he really hates people. and has pretty good explanations for why people are the worst. Like, first and foremost, we're not mammals, apparently. We're a virus. He bases this on the fact that we don't find our balance in anything. We just kind of exploit everything and, leave nothing but destruction and waste in our path, which, again, piggybacking on that first movie, not exactly wrong. But by the end of the third Matrix, I think everybody has learned, we need to find a better balance between all of our natures and learn to live and let live. Except for Agent Smith, who had to, was literally trying to replace every single person on the planet Earth with himself. And then that went terribly, terribly wrong for him and he ended up exploding. But, before that, it's just a lot of good speeches by Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith. They were written by the Wachowskis, but he delivers them with such panache and evil and scene-chewing wonderfulness. Guys, I love The Matrix. I'm probably going to do a video just talking about The Matrix in defense of it and why I think all three of the movies are incredible. So, just fair warning, because I don't hate people. I warn them. Finally, we have Tom Six's The Human Centipede, which this is one of those movies where I don't recommend people watch it. You don't have to watch it. You can just watch, the trailer or just this little bit of it. But it stars a German actor, Dieter Losser, as Dr. Heiter. I think it's Joseph Heiter. And Dr. Heiter hates people. He just flat out says it to these two girls that got lost in the woods and ended up at his place. It's like, I hate people. And I'm not going to do it justice because I'm not German and scary looking like Dieter Losser is. But when he says it, you believe it. And then he goes on to show you what he will do to people because, he hates them and doesn't think of them as anything worth living. So, they're just test subjects for experiments and creating human centipedes, which, Jesus Christ, you got to really hate people in general just to do this sort of thing. He's just really excited about the hating of people and using people to show off just how incredible a medical doctor he is. And it just, ugh. It's a pretty quick moment, the little bit about him hating people, but it's more like what he does to the people that makes it worse. / if you're doing a triple feature that's going to have the Human Centipede in it, that has to be the last movie because there's nothing that can follow the Human Centipede because Jesus Christ. Unless you're doing a Human Centipede marathon of all three movies, and then in which case number 2 beats number 1. It's just, ugh. Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong thing. Maybe it's the directors and the writers that hate people, and they're using these movies to explain and or make us suffer by having to watch them. Nah, that's not true. There Will Be Blood and The Matrix are amazing. Human Centipede is also amazing in different ways. It's just, ugh. But yeah, so three of my favorite I hate people characters: Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood, Agent Smith from The Matrix, and Dr. Joseph Heiter from The Human Centipede. Your mission is to not watch all of these three movies in a row or in conjunction with each other. They don't work well together. But then again, that's sort of what I want you to do. So I do want you to watch these movies, but I don't think you have to watch The Human Centipede. So, you're all safe from that. And I'll see you guys next week.